Да ничего.
Что ты мне сделаешь, а?
Блядь, ты что сюда с нормальной целью?
Just listen.
Что за ху... Ёб твою, да ну...
The following footage captures an urban adventurer named Sergey attempting to step into an abandoned building. He follows instructions from a ritual he discovered online, and it suggested creating a circle of candles and doing some stuff as an offering. According to the story, something could be drawn in by this act. He initially treats it as nothing more than an eerie concept meant for entertainment, but it quickly becomes clear that something very real is waiting inside.
Кстати, вот эта комната гораздо больше, чем та. Просто, знаете, не очень хочу, чтобы меня окружали 4 стенки. Хочется больше пространства, мне просто так комфортно. Вот, кстати, комната тоже большая довольно. Ой, здрасте. Я ролик пришел снимать, а вы?
Чего, блядь, снимать ты шел сюда?
Ролик. Ну, блядь, я ютубер, снимаю видео. Вот на заброшку пришел.
Хуй нахуй ютубер, ты что из этих педиков, блядь, или как?
Ты что, петь сразу? Ну, знаешь, это стереотипы. Ты вообще что тут делаешь?
Так не разговаривай, блядь, стереотипами.
Что за бутылка? Ты что, наркоман?
Тебя это ебет?
Нет, ты наркоман?
Тебя ебет?
Нет, просто ты здесь один сидишь.
Блядь, ты сюда пришел-то, блядь.
Ты сидишь здесь один, у тебя бутылка, костер. Ты здесь один, еще и быкуешь на меня.
Что ты мне сделаешь, блядь, а?
The moment he steps inside, he encounters someone else inside the building. A man was sitting on the floor. The individual seems aggressive, unstable, and clearly disturbed by Sergey's presence. The atmosphere changes immediately. What starts as a simple encounter turns into something dangerous. The way they speak makes it clear how fragile the situation is.
Да ничего.
Что ты мне сделаешь, а?
Блядь, ты что, дебил?
Тебя это ебать не должно, ты пришел сюда снимать, блядь, еще и хуйню сюда снимаешь, блядь.
Ты что, телефон разбил свой?
Слушай, блядь, ты что доебался? Вот что ты доебался? Вперед. Нахуй ты его поднимаешь, блядь?
Где батарейка? Куда батарейка улетела?
Тебе, блядь, тебя ебет, да, все постоянно. Сижу я тут нормально.
Так я пришел просто поснимать, что ты вычишься сразу?
Да.
Ну потому что я ютубер.
Да какой ты, блядь, ютубер, нахуй?
На.
Хуйню нахуй ты мне накинул, блядь, да?
Твой телефон, блядь, ты его разбил зачем-то.
У меня, блядь, таких дохуя просто, понимаешь?
Да ты наркоман, какие у тебя могут быть телефоны? Ты что?
Блядь, зажирался могу или что?
В данный момент, да. Я пришел сюда просто ролик поснимать, ты сидишь здесь?
Сюда пришел снимать, блядь, тебе что, здесь медом намазано, нахуй, или что, блядь?
Для меня намазано.
Что, блядь, охуел, а?
Что ты? Что ты, давай.
Что здесь, блядь, раньше мне гонишь, а?
Ну что ты? Что ты встал?
Блядь, ты может ебальник начистить, а? Я тебя найду, сука, я браткам скажу, они тебя найдут, блядь, и ебало.
В смысле найдешь? Я вот стою перед тобой, давай.
Ты, блядь, меня сейчас вывести, да, хочешь из себя, блядь?
Нет, просто я говорю, я пришел сюда просто с нормальной целью. Я пришел сюда с нормальной целью.
Within a moment, the situation feels like it could become violent at any second. Sergey attempts to stay composed, but it's clear he understands the reality now. This wasn't some eerie legend or ritual story. It was real life, and real people can be far more dangerous than anything you imagined. He left without any harm and didn't finish anything. No proof, no answers. But maybe it was never about completing anything, because the real danger wasn't something supernatural. It was the situation itself and where he chose to be. In January 2026, Chris from the channel Urbex Hill released footage of a solo exploration inside the abandoned Mount Auburn School in Cleveland. What makes this exploration stand out is something he didn't even notice at the time, only discovering it later while reviewing the footage. Right from the beginning, the environment feels off, especially as distant gunshots break the silence outside. As he steps inside, he immediately focuses on the condition of the structure. Rusted stairways, weakened floors, and broken lights hanging from above make every step feel risky, as if the building itself could fail at any time. And as he continues forward, the risk becomes more clear.
These stairs look crazy. How does that even happen? You gotta like stay on the edge of the stairs to make it up. You're not gonna make it up that way.
The stairs shift slightly under his weight, forcing him to move slower and watch every step. Classrooms that once held students now sit empty and lifeless. In some rooms, broken computers remain scattered, silent reminders of what once filled the space.
They're all rusted out. That's crazy. How did that happen? I don't know, guys. It's the auditorium. Behind you. Look at the floor.
But the silence doesn't last long. As he moved through the corridors, a strange sound began echoing from somewhere inside the building.
What is it? I know this camera better pick that up. That's weird. It's a weird noise echoing.
The source of the noise is unclear at first. It could be someone else inside, an animal moving through the halls, or the building itself groaning under years of decay. But not knowing is what makes it worse. Each sound leaves more questions than answers, and with every step forward, the school feels less abandoned.
You hear that? Dude. Yeah, somebody might be here, dude. That's a lot of noise. It almost sounds like it sounded like talking. I don't know. Listen to that. What the hell? There's a lot of noise in this school. What the fuck? I bet barely people explore this place. This place is crazy.
Chris still chose to continue. He moves carefully through the building, floor by floor, trying to document as much as he can. But later, the footage begins to reveal details he never noticed while he was there.
What? Bro, the light just cut off. Are you serious? I hate this light. Let me get the hell out of this school.
Once the exploration is over, Chris goes back through the recordings from his cameras. That is when something starts to stand out. Certain dark shapes only appear from particular angles. Some movements seem to happen near the edge of the frame, vanishing before they can be clearly seen. It could be lighting, compression, or a simple trick of perception. Still, the playback gives a darker feeling than the actual walkthrough.
Oh my God, these stairs aren't any better. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, bro. This crazy school looks crazy. This crazy school looks crazy.
In the end, this abandoned school proves something unsettling. Some moments don't feel wrong at first, until you go back and realize what was really there. A chilling video was uploaded in September 2021 by a fearless explorer named Colin, better known as the Bearded Explorer. In this encounter, he entered the old Zachary Merton Ward, a hospital built in 1936, and once known as one of the earliest rehabilitation centers in the UK. By the 1980s, the facility had closed, leaving the building empty for decades. Over time, rumors began to grow around it. The most well-known story of the Grey Lady, a mysterious woman who connected to the hospital, but Colin chose to investigate the place alone. The moment he stepped inside, the decay was impossible to ignore. Cracked walls, collapsing ceilings, broken materials, and piles of rubbish filled the rooms. As he moved further through the building, pieces of its past were still scattered around. Old medical items, patient papers, and a wheelchair left sitting in a hallway made the place feel frozen in time. For a while, nothing unusual happened, and the visit seemed like a normal exploration. But then, as he moved into a quiet corridor, something shifted. Faint noises echoed from somewhere inside the building, and soon after, distant footsteps began carrying through the empty halls.
I think this place closed back in the 1980s. You know, it's been empty for a very, very long time. I'm actually surprised it's still here. Normally they bring these places down, like... What was that? Oh, I'm hearing noises in there now. That wasn't nice. It sounded like footsteps. That was really creepy. That was really creepy. Oh, this is the creepiest place I think I've ever been in. Oh, goodness me. But then, you know, it's an empty, disused building. There's probably all sorts of animals and things in here. You know, who knows? Badgers, foxes, birds. I don't know. Right now, it feels like there's someone like stood right behind me following me. There's not, but it feels like that.
Colin did not panic at first. He told himself the noises were probably just part of the building. It could have been the wind pushing through broken windows. For a moment, that explanation felt convincing. But as he continued deeper into the hospital, the sound started again.
Guys, so it's time to have a look upstairs now and see what we can find up there. Ooh. Okay, these floors don't feel very safe. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go much further. Well, no, this is really soft, like really bad. That was weird. And that is pretty much everything, guys. I think that's the whole site done. So take a walk back downstairs. Now I'm gonna do some pictures, do some cinematics, and then I think we can make a move. Hello? What the hell was that?
At one point, while filming a window, the silence was broken by a loud impact somewhere in the hallway. It was sharp enough to make him stop immediately. Instead of leaving, Colin gathered himself and walked toward it, hoping to find a simple explanation. But what happened next changed the entire investigation.
What the hell is that? Oh, fuck!
As he moved through the corridor, another loud bang suddenly broke the silence. This time, his body reacted before he could think and ran immediately. But when he lifted the camera again, he claimed he saw a figure standing near a chair. The camera did not clearly capture the moment, but after reviewing the footage, Colin pointed out a section where a dark shape appears to be standing in the area. The footage never shows it clearly, but during playback, Colin found a frame where a shadow-like form appears in the same area. It could have been a person or something else, but that mystery stayed with him. And the interesting part is, after 1 month, he went back to the hospital searching for answers, but that returning visit becomes even more unsettling.
It looks as if there's a board. Yeah, that's new. That board wasn't there last time. So I think they're in the process of sealing this back up again. I cannot believe that I'm doing this on my own at night. Oh, okay. Okay, right. Definitely not going up that way first. I'm going this way first. Why am I doing this? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? This is creepy. This is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, the creepiest thing I have ever done in my life. Oh my God. It is absolutely freezing in here. Oh. There's no windows open in here. There's no like drafts or anything coming through the windows. Like, every single window is boarded. Oh, oh. Okay, whoa. Okay, that's creepy. That was really creepy. It felt like I bumped into someone, but there's no one there. Come outside and there's hardly anything, but literally, I step into this room here. The temperature change from there to here is... There's a bit, but there's nothing compared to what it's like in there. That is really strange.
The moment he stepped inside a particular room, he immediately sensed something different. The temperature dropped sharply, far colder than the surrounding hallway. Strangely, as soon as he stepped back outside the room, the air felt normal again. It was a small detail, but an unsettling one, especially because many paranormal investigators believe sudden cold spots can suggest a presence nearby. He pushed the thought aside and continued moving through the building, but a faint noise began echoing through the hallway once again.
Ooh, okay, that's creepy. Don't like this, guys. I really don't like this. I really, I just don't feel comfortable at the moment. I can hear something. It sounds like it's quite far away though. Might just be like water dripping somewhere. Okay. I just can't describe to you guys like how scared I am right now. Why am I doing this? Why am I here on my own, walking around this abandoned hospital that I saw something? I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a ghost. It wasn't a shadow. I mean, I can show you guys now, right? I saw something just behind that blue chair. Now, bearing in mind I saw it with my own eyes, I didn't realise I had it on camera. What the hell was that? Oh, I think it's just water dripping. Let's do this. What the hell was that? I'm sure I heard something. I don't know. It's probably just the wind. I think it is just Whoa. Okay. Okay, that's scary. I'm pretty sure it is just water dripping, but... God, this is absolutely... What the fuck? No, I'm hearing noises all around me. I don't know what it is. I am just so terrified right now. I can hear noises. I don't know whether it's pigeons in the loft. I don't know if it's stuff falling from the ceilings. It must be. It has to be. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, temperature in here has just gone absolutely 0. Oh. Okay, that is dripping. That's one good thing. I'm not sure about the other noises I heard though. Wow, I've never been so scared. I have never ever been this scared in my life. You know, in my head, I want to know, oh no, why has it done that? The gimbal has just literally, it has never done that before. The gimbal has literally just lost its power and collapsed, but you know, it's not a recent thing. You can see the amount of dead, what the? Is there something behind there? No. Okay, that was weird. What the hell was that? Okay, I'm just going to stand still for a minute or two. Whoa, whoa, okay, no, don't do that. Please don't do that. The gimbal's just gone all funny again. What? Why is it doing that? This is scary. But I don't know what it is, but something has just made me feel like I want to get out of here, like now. Okay. Oh, God. I think it's just water dripping from the ceiling, but it's scary. Jesus. I'm absolutely crapping myself. Whew. Whew. Okay. Okay, look, the gimbal has just gone... Why has it done that again? What is going on?
The faint noise kept returning, growing stronger and harder to ignore. Colin eventually began searching for whatever was causing them. He checked the surrounding area, but found no clear source. Then another strange problem appeared. His gimbal suddenly started acting wrong, losing balance as if it had completely lost calibration. Even after resetting it several times, the device continued to behave strangely. Colin tried to stay calm and continued upstairs to explore the rest of the hospital. But as he moved further, he felt again sudden drop in temperature.
So I am now upstairs. Oh, this is bloody creepy. Like goosebumps on my whole body right now are just... You could probably strike a match off my skin. Look at this little... What was that? Fuck. I think it's just stuff falling from the ceiling, but it's bloody frightening the life out of me. Oh, why does it look like a leg sticking out that door out there? It's not, but... Oh. I've just got all these ideas going through my head at the moment. Whoa. Oh, there's someone in there. No, there's no one in here. There is nobody in here. It's just me. Hello? There's another loft space. There is nobody in here. Oh my God, this is terrifying. I've never been so scared. I'm Getting out of here. I've had enough. Fuck that.
A heavy bang suddenly echoed through the hallway, and Colin immediately ran down the corridor. But after a few moments, he gathered himself and decided to return to where the sound had come from. He checked the area carefully, but nothing explained the impact. Colin finally decided to end the investigation and head for the exit. But what happened next was something he wasn't prepared for.
What is it about this place? Just listen. Shit.
As Colin moved through the corner, something small rolled into view from a nearby room. It was a red ball, moving slowly across the floor with no visible person near it. The way it appeared made the moment feel impossible to explain. That was enough for Colin. He ran straight out of the hospital and reached his car without any harm. What happened inside remains unclear, but the lingering question is, was it just decay, wind, and coincidence, or someone was there? And who pushed the ball in the hallway? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. On July 6th, 2025, Chris entered St. Vincent Hospital in Cleveland, Ohio. The building was constructed in 1965, but the hospital's history began much earlier, in 1865, making it one of Cleveland's oldest medical institutions. For more than 150 years, it served the city through births, emergencies, surgeries, and countless moments of life and death. Then the pandemic changed everything. Patient numbers dropped, and the pressure became too much. By 2022, the hospital closed for good. When Chris reached the property at night, something was already wrong. An alarm was echoing from somewhere inside the building. For most people, that would be a warning to leave, but Chris went inside. Once inside, the place felt deeply abandoned. Medical items were scattered on the floor, and entire rooms had lost their purpose. The hospital no longer felt like a place of healing. It felt like a place that had been left to decay in silence.
All this is gone.
There was one problem. Chris had entered without permission. No permit, no clearance, no official reason to be there. When the sound of sirens reached him from outside, everything changed. He turned off his light and sat completely still, waiting in silence. Once he believed the area was clear, he headed toward an exit and slipped back outside. But the moment he reached the open air, he saw a police car sitting right there.
You don't want to move that can?
No.
Okay.
So I just got a bunch of pictures before y'all got rid of it.
Just don't go in, because if somebody,
No, I didn't go in.
somebody fell in there, and it took us an hour to get the motherfucker out that deep. So I ain't saving nobody tonight.
I got you, bro. I'm out.
Okay.
All right, take care. All right.
The officer stepped out and spoke with him, but one line stood out more than anything else. He told Chris, directly and without any explanation, that he was not there that night to rescue anyone. A simple line, but a deeply unsettling one. Standing outside an abandoned hospital in the middle of the night, that statement felt less like a comment and more like a warning. It hinted that this building and the streets around it had a history, enough history that officers already knew what kind of things could happen there, and a reminder that some locations carry a dark reputation built on more than just stories. The following footage captures a lone explorer moving through a remote snow-covered area during a night investigation. At the start, nothing feels unusual, just another abandoned site, another silent journey into the unknown. He walks along a thin trail barely visible in the snow, surrounded by silence, but a faint, distant noise breaks the silence. Something was moving, yet he continued forward, unaware of what was waiting for him.
Ё-моё. Ну такое, я даже с собой не брал ничего. Собака. Ну чё? Какая-то разруха. Там собаки. Его невозможно изгнать. Ошибись. Чё это такое? Блин, лап собаки, это хреново, честно вам скажу. Охренеть там следов.
The further he goes, the more the atmosphere begins to change. The silence grows heavier, almost unnatural. Then he notices tracks scattered across the snow, fresh ones, a clear sign that he is not alone. Then he spots a figure hanging motionless, intentionally positioned in front of the door. He freezes, trying to process what he's seeing, but something about it feels deeply unsettling.
Чё за пипец? Какая прикольная штука, сука, даже трогать не буду. Не знаю, зачем она тут, но висит она знатно так. Простите, ребят, я просто стою и одупляю, зачем она здесь висит. У меня единственное, что на ум приходит, это страйк-баллисты, типа, ну, для них сделано. Ну, пускай, ладно, трогать не буду, не мое.
At first, he brushed it off, trying to stay calm. But then a sound broke through the silence. He stands still. Someone was there, and that's when everything changed.
Кто здесь нахер? Кто здесь? Выходи. Ёб твою, да ну нахуй, да что за хуйня, блядь? Да вы дуете. Твою мать. Твою мать. Твою мать. Сука. Я говорю, здесь кто-то есть. Я говорил, здесь, сука, кто-то есть. Я понял, нахер. Куда идти-то, блядь? Что за ху... Вы что, угораете, что ли? Охуеть. Пизду. Эти пиздарашки, нахуй.
Suddenly, everything collapses into panic. The silence is gone, replaced by movement and footsteps cutting through the dark. He runs without looking back, not knowing what's behind him, only trying to escape as fast as he can. But later, it turns out everything was a prank. It was all planned. But in that moment, standing alone with no answers, there was no way to understand that. And for a short time, it felt real, too close to real, because the mind doesn't wait for proof to feel fear.